I believe Tesla bot Optimus will definitely happen. So why would I not invest in Tesla stock because of Optimus? If I believe it will happen, why that has absolutely zero to do with me investing in Tesla stock, and actually Tesla stock is the only stock that I own in my stock portfolio. The reason is quite profound. It's not because I'm a conservative investor. That, of course, is true, but the reason is much more profound. Ray Kurzweil, who is a fascinating guy. He's a futurist. He works at Google as well. And he's very well known because he has a very high track record for accurate predictions. In fact, 86% of his predictions that he made since 1990s, most of them came true. Full self-driving, though, not being one of them. He's wrong with the date there, but I believe it's coming. So here's what he says. 2029 is the consistent date I have predicted for when an AI will pass a valid Turing test and therefore achieve human levels of intelligence where you wouldn't be able to tell a difference. Is this a human person or not? Let's say like you're talking to someone on a phone and you wouldn't be able to figure out, oh, that's not a human. That's what he means by that. And he has set a date of 2045 for the singularity, which is when we will multiply our effective intelligence a billion-fold by merging with the intelligence we have created. Now, I don't know if the date is correct. The date doesn't really actually matter. What does matter is that as long as we keep making progress, the only inevitable outcome really is that it will happen, and I believe it will happen in my lifetime. So why would I not base my investment decision on Optimus happening and therefore Tesla benefiting greatly from that? Well, let me play this clip for you.
Then there's also the Optimus program, which is our humanoid robot, where we'll leverage our manufacturing expertise and the intelligence we've developed for self-driving to have a useful humanoid robot. Now, the economy is fundamentally GDP per capita times capita. If you no longer have a constraint on capita because of a useful humanoid robot, it is not clear that there is any limit to the size of the economy.
Pay attention to what Elon just said. What is an economy? It's not obvious that there would be a limit to GDP. If there is no limit to money, and if you can have any services and products that you already want, what is the purpose of more money? There's no purpose. So if you want to make more money, if that's your goal, and there's literally no utility of money in the future because we are betting on something that will make money basically completely irrelevant, and we are betting on that because we want to make more money, how does that make any sense? Now, in the beginning, and that could last for quite a while the production of the robots will be still limited, that will produce a great return for Tesla stock, in my opinion. So it would make sense for a little while, but I think it would scale incredibly quickly, and therefore, if it is very clear it will happen, I don't think there would be much of a benefit. I mean, everyone would benefit probably anyway. So that's really the only reason why I'm not really looking at the humanoid robot as something that will increase Tesla's stock, which I believe it will do, but by the time it goes up by a ridiculous amount, money, I believe, will be of basically no use. But also keep in mind, this is just me thinking out loud. I might change my position later, because here's one simple counter argument to that. You can only multiply only so many things. For example, you cannot make more land on Earth. But you can go to other planets. So there's a counter argument to the counter argument. But of course, I don't want to leave Earth. I would rather stay here. I don't want to go to Mars. And going to other planets outside of a solar system would probably take way too long. So this is just something to think about. So if you use that counter argument that you would think you would want, if you, for example, want more land, and if you find that really useful, maybe money would be of some utility to you. But then when I think deeper on that, okay, why would you want more land? If you, for example, have 200 bots, or let's say 1,000 bots, or let's say 10,000 bots at your disposal, just you, one person, let's say somehow you have 10,000 bots. Couldn't you just go to some super remote area where land is incredibly cheap because no one lives there, and you can create your own paradise, build a house, even if it's, let's say, a desert. You can probably, maybe not exactly a desert, but let's say it's a super dry area, so normally, historically, no one lives there, and the land would be super cheap. You could probably build the whole thing out with thousands of bots and have them supply water to you and do everything that you need to live nicely. And in areas where land would be limited, because now labor is basically unlimited, you could build extremely high buildings, and many of them basically at no cost. So you could have probably your own penthouse for basically nothing. So what would be the purpose of more land in that case? Just thinking out loud. What do you think? What would your ideas be? Do you think humanoid robot Optimus, if Tesla is successful, and if it achieves above human intelligence, which if it does, by the way, it will not just stop at that level. The intelligence will keep increasing exponentially. If you look at the number of parameters used in AI models, they are increased by 10 times each year. I don't expect that to stop. So it will be extremely difficult to comprehend the level of intelligence that we will build. So it is very scary to think about it. And that's something that's directly, basically outside of my control. So I don't really worry about that too much. Whatever happens, it will happen. In the meantime, I am happy investing in Tesla stock, and I intend to keep my Tesla stock at least until 2030. The end of 2030, that is. These are 48 reasons why I only own Tesla stock in my stock portfolio. My name is Matt Posius, reporting to you from Vancouver City, Canada. I'll see you later today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like this video.